Hey everyone, Amber Duggar here, founder of Profit for Keeps. I'm on my walk today because it's supposed to snow. And in the high desert in New Mexico, it rarely snows, but when it does, it doesn't usually stick. And it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick for a few days. It's supposed to get like to be 0 or something crazy. So I walk every day. I wanted to make sure to get this in. I actually made the most beautiful video about 5 minutes ago and it didn't record. So now I'm doing this video walking uphill. So if you're new here, I welcome you. I'm so grateful to have you here. This is a beautiful, safe space to learn about money. And if you're a business owner, we teach an incredible framework that allows you to pay yourself consistently, set aside money for taxes, and still be profitable. So today we're talking all about the difference between revenue and profit. Now, it kind of sounds like the same thing, right? Revenue, and this is actually, you want to stick to the end because so many online business owners and business coaches and programs really misuse the word profit. And it can be really dangerous for your long-term sustainability and longevity of your business. So the difference between revenue and profit is simple. Revenue is all the money that comes into your business. Every penny that your clients pay you, that maybe you have some affiliate income coming in, maybe you're just getting started and you got your first $100. Any money that you receive for business services is considered revenue. Now, traditionally, and this is where entrepreneurs get in a lot of trouble, is traditionally profit is defined as revenue, which we just explained, minus business expenses equals profit. The problem with that is, I don't know about you, but every other business owner I've ever talked to wants to pay themselves. And they also want to have money left over at the end of the day. And if you're paying yourself, the government's going to want you to pay taxes. And so when you look at your revenue as being organized into 4 separate purposes, where it's intentional profit, meaning money in the bank after you've paid yourself, intentional owner's pay, money set aside so that when you find out that you owe taxes, you're not getting out a loan, and business expenses. So the reason that this is so important to distinguish is, if you think of profit in the traditional sense, there's a good chance it'll be harder to pay yourself. It'll be harder to set aside money for taxes. And you'll end up feeling really stressed a lot of the time. And that's what I see more than anything when clients are coming to me is, oh man, I made this money, but now I owe this tax. I don't have it. What the heck? My bookkeeper sucks. We'll link the video below on that. Bookkeepers and what they really do versus what we kind of want them to do or think they should do. And so what you want to be thinking about is, how can I plan to pay myself? Oh man, this is a big hill. And we're up at high elevation. I've only been here 6 months, so I'm still adjusting. Any of you athletes out there may say, you should be adjusted. But I want you to think about it this way. Let's say that you received your revenue in your hand, and then you got to organize it. No bank accounts, nothing. Well, you want to put a certain amount aside for intentional profit. You want to put a certain amount aside to pay yourself, a certain amount to pay taxes, and the rest goes to your business expenses. I'm a Profit First professional. If you've heard of the book Profit First, these are components of Profit First. The book was written for brick and mortar, which is why we feel very strongly about teaching profit first in a way that really applies to your online business. And because of that, you want to think about it differently. We're like reverse engineering your goal. So if you think about it and say, okay, I went into business to be free. I don't want to have a boss. I want to be able to make my own hours. I want to have that freedom. Then you want to think about, how do I reverse engineer my goal? So that instead of just thinking of the money left over after expenses as my profit, I'm thinking of the money left over as profit that's intentional, a consistent paycheck, and taxes set aside so that when I find out I owe taxes, I'm not getting a loan out. So that's what I want to encourage you to do, is think of revenue instead of it being revenue equals business expenses minus profit. Instead, I want you to think of it as, I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. Scratch that. Instead of thinking revenue as revenue minus expenses equaling profit, you want to think of it as revenue equals intentional profit plus owner's pay plus owner's taxes plus business expenses. And if you think about your revenue that way, there's a good chance that you will not be in a place where you have to take out a loan to cover your taxes owed. Now, I highly recommend that if you're not in our community already, that you go over to amberduggar.com/community. We have an incredible community over there. You will get assigned a personal concierge to welcome you in and answer your questions around personal finance, business finance, money mindset, wealth consciousness. We do it all here. Because ultimately, our mission is to eradicate financial anxiety and overwhelm. If you're wanting to do a workshop that we have upcoming, where you can learn how to reverse engineer your own goal, you can go to amberduggar.com/challenge. Thanks so much for being here. I'd love to hear in the comments below if you have heard of Profit First, if this was helpful, and extra bonus points if you want to list out the difference between revenue and profit. Much love to you all. Bye.